Right, I'm going to show you a flat wash. This is an important skill to have really, so you need to spend a bit of time practicing this to get smooth flat surfaces with your paint. I'm going to use a size 10 Da Vinci sable brush for this. You don't have to use a brush that big. A size 4 to 6 will be fine for the smaller squares. I'm using a bigger brush because I'm painting a bigger square, so that's why I'm doing it. So first of all, I load up the brush with paint till it's swollen but not dripping, and make sure there's no fluff on the paper first. I'm working upright here. I usually work upright, but you can work flat if you prefer it. And basically what you do is work from the top corner and move down the square, and you'll see that it creates a pool of paint at the bottom edge. And as long as you've got that pool of paint, you're not going to get a hard, dried edge. So it's important that you have the right amount of water when you're working on it. I'm working quite slowly here so you can see. You need to work at a reasonable speed to do it so it's not drying. And just keep pulling that pool of paint down the paper until you come to the bottom. When you get to the bottom, you'll probably have a little tiny bit of the pool there. Just dry the brush on the kitchen towel and just mop that tiny pool up at the edge. And we're going to layer up the washes into about 4 washes, which is about as many as you need really. And that's it. You can probably see that I've added a second wash to the first square there, and I'm going to do the same to this one that I've just painted for you. Always make sure it's completely dry before you apply the second wash, because if you don't, it'll start to lift the paint underneath. So it's exactly the same process again. Load the brush till it's full of paint. Start at the top right, sorry, and work down the page. If you find it easier to work the other direction, then you can do it. It's up to you really. You can see that pool of paint at the bottom. And that's it. I'm going to add a third layer to this one now that it's dry. If you find it difficult to get it flat, you can dampen the square first with clean water. Not so as it's wet, but just so as it's damp, and that way it'll accept the paint a bit more readily. I think that's useful if you find that you're quite slow at doing it and it's drying.